Hi, I'm Amy Blau, presenting on finding and evaluating homework systems to use with OER textbooks. Many commercial textbooks, especially in STEM fields, are paired with extensive ancillary materials such as homework systems and other integrated digital learning tools. A perceived or actual lack of satisfactory homework systems can be a hindrance to the adoption of OER textbooks. After going over a few definitions, I will address some of the challenges in both finding and evaluating homework systems to use with open textbooks, specifically in higher education, and present some pathways to identify and choose evaluation frameworks and homework systems. Many of these platforms and tools are under constant development. While the specific information may change, I hope the approach to finding it and using it should remain relevant longer. The most important definitions for this presentation are of ancillary materials and homework systems. For my purposes, ancillary materials are materials that are supplementary to a textbook for use by students or by instructors, such as workbooks, slide decks, problem banks, test banks, online exercises or quizzes, or homework systems. So, homework systems are a subset of ancillary materials. I define a homework system as a technological platform that provides students with opportunities to practice work necessary for their learning for a course and to get automated feedback of some kind on that work. There is generally also a way for the instructor to track student performance. There can be overlap between homework systems and terminology like digital courseware or digital learning platform. These technological platforms may include homework system functionality and further offerings such as digital textbooks or other course materials, even supporting the complete delivery of the course to students. A homework system need not include those additional capabilities. The evaluation tools I'm discussing here are essentially a set of sample rubrics that you can use to establish your requirements for a homework system, as opposed to product reviews that might be based on these rubrics. Such evaluation tools tend to be created by consultants in the education sector, education technology companies, and nonprofit organizations active in both education and ed tech. Instructional designers or information technology professionals may be quite familiar with white papers, reports, and website tools in the edtech sector. However, these may be much less familiar to faculty members or librarians who are tasked with figuring out how to choose a homework system that will meet the needs of a course. These materials are less likely to surface in traditional library database or catalog searches, although they are referenced in scholarly articles that discuss the process of evaluating digital courseware. Currently, search terms that might help in web searches include evaluation framework or evaluation rubric, and courseware, digital courseware, and adaptive learning. Adaptive learning refers to the ability of a digital platform to personalize learning by providing students with individualized problems, practice work, or new material based on their demonstrated performance. Frameworks or rubrics that help to break down the features of adaptive learning software may be used more generally for other digital learning platforms as well. Of course, ratings from users are also extremely useful for evaluating homework systems. Websites where you can find and compare homework systems and other digital tools often have product reviews, but there are not always sufficient reviews for a particular system to offer significant insights for a prospective user. The most comprehensive and modular tool I found to evaluate the capabilities of homework systems was the Courseware in Context Framework, or CWIC, from 2016. The framework has multiple parts, and the part that will likely be most useful to users in the long term is a product taxonomy that divides product features into three categories. Functional capabilities include specific pedagogical capabilities or features. Procurement and delivery platform capabilities capture administrative and technological system requirements. There's a detailed framework and a simplified version. A downloadable spreadsheet allows users to capture their own information using the framework categories. One aspect of evaluation that is not explicitly included in the CWIC framework is the extent to which the system being evaluated conforms with open education values. The CARE framework provides a rubric to evaluate such values in four categories: contribute, attribute, release, empower. This could be combined with that CWIC framework or used in parallel. There are similar challenges in finding homework systems to use with open textbooks as in finding evaluation tools. Websites that include this information are often linked from specific educational technology or educational nonprofit sites that may not be familiar to the searchers, and depending on your search terms, may not show up high on your result lists. Product databases that let you search and filter for particular functions may not be updated frequently or may be taken offline, and most product websites do not include self-hosted open homework systems. An additional challenge to finding the open homework systems is that the terms used to describe them are not necessarily used consistently on OER search and repository sites. There's unlikely to be a one-size-fits-all solution to these challenges, but I hope the starting points I'll elaborate on may help. The Every Learner Everywhere Course Gateway database is easy to use and features relevant products and useful breakdowns of their features on this website. You can filter by price, discipline, and the site's evaluation rubric categories. This tool is notable for including product reviews that are carried out by its product advisory board based on its own evaluation rubrics. However, there are currently no user reviews on the site, although that is a planned enhancement. The two platforms that I found the most useful were the OpenStax Tech Scout and Abby Elder's crowdsourced commercial platforms that utilize OER assessment tool. OpenStax has its own homework system called OpenStax Tutor for certain textbooks. The OpenStax Tech Scout tool additionally allows users to search the technology products offered by its partners. The search interface is simple. Users choose an OpenStax book that would be used in the course, choose the type of digital learning product, adaptive courseware and online homework are two options of many, and can choose advanced filters which align with a number of the CWIC functional capabilities. User reviews and information on pricing are included when available, but there are relatively few reviews for most of the products listed. For instructors who plan to use an OpenStax textbook, this is a logical starting point to find homework systems, and it could be very useful for users of other textbooks as well. Abby Elder's commercial platforms that utilize OER assessment tool is a crowdsourced tool by and for open education practitioners, consisting of a set of editable Google spreadsheets. In addition to a list of many commercial platforms that incorporate or integrate with OER materials, so there's some overlap with some of the OpenStax partners products, the assessment tool also lists a variety of open platforms and tools. This set of spreadsheets helps break down relevant information such as platform price and topic coverage, and provides information about some platforms' commitment to openness using the CARE framework. Because it is crowdsourced and does not rely on the platform producers for information, the information may not reflect the most up-to-date version of a given platform, although users are empowered to supply relevant updates themselves. Open systems like those listed here, WebWork, iMathAS, MyOpenMath, Numbuz, LibreText Adapt, may appear in Elder's assessment tool, but are less likely to appear in the other tools. Because of non-standardized metadata or categories in various OER search tools and repositories, if you search on the name of a specific homework system, you may find relevant hits, possibly including reviews. You're unlikely to find these just by looking for homework systems as a generic search tool in these places. OER and disciplinary discussion boards and listservs are always good places to ask for current information or evaluations. It can be quite difficult to find current reviews of homework systems by other users. One potential approach to this issue might be to work with OER repositories and search systems to standardize suggestions for categorizing or tagging homework system evaluations that their users submit. Another might be to recommend reviews of open homework systems or commercial systems that support open textbooks as a part of OER grants. In general, sharing user reviews and recommendations for homework systems via channels used by the faculty and staff who make textbook and homework system adoption decisions will help to raise awareness of options to combine homework systems with OER textbooks. Thank you.